Welcome to the Health by Haven podcast. I'm your host, Haven Quinlan. If you're a multi-passionate wellness enthusiast, then you're in the right place. I'm obsessed with learning as much as I can about the wellness world, and I want to share that with you. Each episode will dive into various aspects of health and wellness through inspiring and informative guest interviews with some solo episodes thrown in. Tune in for all things health, and let's have some fun, shall we? Hello, you guys. Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Health by Haven podcast. It is you and me today because it is the week of Christmas. I'm recording this a couple of weeks early because I'm really trying to front load my work in December to truly get some good time off of screens, get some good quality time with my family while I am visiting them in Tennessee. So I hope as you're listening, this is either one of your last days of commuting to work before the holiday season, or maybe it's while you're doing some chores or going on a run, but I'm hoping that you're getting a little bit of downtime to relax and rejuvenate as we bring 2025 to a close, which is so wild. I wanted to chat with you guys today about your routines during the holiday season and ways to stay well and feel your best amidst all of the holiday things. I think this is often a season where we all just throw our routines out the window. Oftentimes we're traveling, we're going to extra holiday parties, we've got potlucks at work, and there's just so many things going on that we let our routines that really support us just fall by the wayside. And I feel very strongly that this does not have to be the case. Now, of course, some things in life happen and some things are out of our control, but I think a lot of times we use the holidays as an excuse to completely abandon the habits and routines that make us feel our best and support our health. And I'm calling bull on it, you guys. So today is going to be some hot takes about how you don't have to throw your routine out the window this holiday season. You can prioritize your health and feel well while still enjoying the holiday season. Now, I truly believe that taking care of yourself is one of the greatest forms of self-care and self-respect that you can have for yourself. Because when you're taking care of yourself, when you're intentional about how you nourish your body with foods that are fueling you to feel your best throughout the day, it's giving you energy, it's making you feel vibrant and clear-headed, that is self-respect to me. I don't think self-care always has to be a glass of wine and a bubble bath. Now, of course, there's a time and a place for that, but I think self-care can also mean cooking yourself a beautiful meal full of colorful veggies and truly prioritizing your health so that you feel well, you can show it better for yourself and for your loved ones and for the tasks that you have that day. Now, does this mean you have to have crazy restrictions or be super strict during the holiday season? Of course not. It just means that you don't have to turn into a complete couch potato and only stuff your face full of Christmas cookies 24/7 and forget about the things that make you feel well. Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean you need to treat your body like a garbage can. I know, wild concept. So I wanted to share with you guys some ways that I'm prioritizing my health this season so that maybe you'll get some ideas from this into things to weave into your routines or how to stick to some of the routines that you already have in order to feel well, even throughout holiday travel. Maybe you're staying with friends or with family and you're a bit out of your normal home environment. These are just ways that you can kind of make sure you're still taking care of your body and mind. So Number one for me, always and forever, is daily morning movement. This is a thing for me no matter where I am. If I'm in my apartment in New York City, if I'm visiting my parents in Tennessee, if I'm traveling for work, if I'm across the pond on a vacation, daily morning movement is a habit that I do not give up. It makes me feel my absolute best. It energizes me. I know so many people say like, oh, I just don't have energy to move in the morning. I don't want to go to the gym. I can't work out. Spoiler, you create that energy with morning movement. And then it snowballs and it compounds on itself. And the more you do it, the more you're ingraining that habit into your body, into your mind, and you're going to feel so much better. This is not new information. There is so much science, so much research to show how much movement supports your body every single day. So it doesn't have to be crazy intense every day. And to be honest, I really do scale back the level of intensity or the time of my workouts when I'm traveling, especially on vacation or especially around the holidays. So it doesn't have to be a marathon every morning, but even if you're getting out on walks with your family, my family loves to do this. We'll take the dogs on a walk. It's a great way to just get a little bit of movement in, get some steps in, especially when we don't really have anywhere to be. It can be really easy to look down on your watch or whatever fitness tracker that you use and realize, oh my gosh, I've only walked 700 steps today. So this is a great way to get those steps in. I also love going on runs. If you've been here a while, you guys know that. I love to run with my husband, Billy. And when I'm home, I love to run with my dad. And sometimes my brothers will join. So that is another great way to get some movement in. It's free. You can do it anywhere, even when it's cold. You can still run. Just make sure you're wearing proper attire, bundle yourself up. It is possible. I hate to break it to you. Or if you're traveling somewhere in a hotel or maybe you own a treadmill, you can do it inside and don't even worry about the elements. Now, maybe there's a fitness studio near where you're traveling, or if you're not traveling, near where you live that you enjoy going to. Make this part of your routine during the holidays as well. A lot of fitness studios will host classes even on Christmas Eve. So just take a look at the calendar, see what sort of modified schedule they have. I personally am looking forward to teaching and taking some Pure Barre classes at the Knoxville and Farragut studios when I'm back in Tennessee for the holidays. So that can be a really great, fun activity to do with your family. Maybe you're visiting cousins and you guys want to try out a new fitness studio in the city that you're in. That's a great way to do it and also get some good quality time. Eating a real breakfast every morning. It can be really easy when we're out of our routines. Maybe we're sleeping in the morning. We just start the day with a cup of coffee. We don't even realize it and it's 10 or 10:30 and you're like, I'm so hungry. I don't have time to think about food, think about what food I want to cook. I'm just going to nibble on this Christmas cookie that's in front of me. And it's really easy to slip into that routine. But I promise you, if you eat a real breakfast every morning, I'm talking eggs and a veggie scramble, or blending up a smoothie, or putting together a quick yogurt bowl, something that has all of the elements that you're looking for. It's got fiber, it's got healthy fats, it's got protein. Maybe you have some fruits or veggies in it. That is going to set your day up for success. It's going to help you feel more energized. It's going to keep your blood sugar regulated so you aren't having those crazy roller coaster sugar cravings all day long. It's going to have less brain fog. You're just going to feel so much better. So set your day up for success with a real breakfast before you start getting into all of the holiday meals. Getting 8 hours of sleep each night. So for some of you, this might actually be easier on the holidays. You might not have as demanding time at work or with your families, or maybe your kids aren't in school. You're not driving them around to a million activities. So maybe getting 8 hours of sleep is easier for you during the holidays. I know for some people it's more challenging because maybe they're traveling and they're getting on an early flight, or they're driving in the car all day, or maybe they're sleeping in a bed that's not their own, so it's less comfortable or familiar, and they're not getting as good of quality sleep. Or if you're like me, sometimes I find myself staying up late when I'm back home visiting my family because we're having a game night or we're watching a Christmas movie. And so really prioritizing those 8 hours of quality sleep, even if that means shifting your schedule forward or back a little bit. I'm normally a big proponent of waking and going to bed at the same time every day. There's a lot of research and sleep studies about this, how it improves the quality of your sleep, and your body really loves those rhythms. But of course, there's a time and a place. You might be out at a holiday party late at night. I want you to live your life. I certainly am going to as well. And so it's okay if you have to shift it back a little bit. You can be realistic with yourself, but still prioritize getting in your rest. Now, I really try to make sure, whether I'm on vacation or traveling in the holiday season, that at least 2 of my 3 meals each day support my health goals, my nutrition, and how I want to feel. Because honestly, who wants to feel like crap when you finally have time to unwind a little bit and rest? Because I don't know about you guys, but if I've been in go, go, go mode and I finally let myself rest a little bit, if I have not been supporting my health and my immune system is vulnerable, boom, that is right when I get sick. So if you're making sure at least 2 of your 3 meals a day during this holiday season are supporting your body, that's really going to help support your immune system and fight off any little bugs that might have been floating around in the air when you were traveling, and really is going to help you feel your best. So you don't necessarily need to follow that 80-20 rule that you've probably heard, where you want 80% of your meals to be super nutritious and 20% of your food to be that indulgence. I think it's okay to do 2 out of 3 in this short season, but really at least getting 2 out of 3 of those nourishing meals, because a lot of times we're not getting any. So just think about that as you're going into this season. Enjoying a few Christmas cookies, but not the whole tray. This one is a toughie, especially if you're at a party with like a really good dessert spread. I absolutely think you should enjoy yourself. Mental health and that dopamine you get is important as well. But if you're eating way, way, way more sugar than you normally do, you're not going to feel well. I mean, let's be real. We all know that. And we do it anyways. So just think about it, have a couple, and then just be happy with that. Everything in moderation. Hey friends, we're taking a quick break to show some love to one of our favorite places for deep, meaningful care during pregnancy and early motherhood, Avoda Massage Therapy in Columbia, South Carolina. I've had friends see Shannon during both pregnancy and postpartum, and they simply rave about her massages. If you're expecting, their prenatal massage is truly next level. Every session is a luxurious 75 to 90 minutes, giving your body the time it needs to unwind. You'll enjoy a gentle abdominal massage designed to support your growing baby, plus a deeply grounding somatic facial massage and a soothing scalp massage with lavender essential oil. It's the kind of rest and relief every mama-to-be deserves. And for those in the 4th trimester, Avoda offers equally nurturing postpartum massage. You'll receive a restorative abdominal massage with castor oil and a warm heated pack to support healing, along with the same calming somatic facial massage and a rejuvenating scalp massage using Halo hair growth oil. Perfect for tired minds, tender bodies, and anyone navigating postpartum shifts. Whether you're pregnant, newly postpartum, or gifting care to someone you love, Avoda Massage Therapy delivers intentional, heart-centered support you can feel long after the session ends. Treat yourself or a mama in your life. Visit Avoda Massage Therapy in Columbia, South Carolina to book your session today. Now, I really prioritize maintaining my morning and evening routines as much as I can. Of course, travel is going to throw some of that for the loop, but bringing my skincare with me, I've really been trying to get into that in the last month or so because admittedly it was not my strongest suit, but I've had several estheticians and skincare professionals on the podcast lately. If you haven't listened, definitely go back. Some that come to mind, Elizabeth from Vela, Georgia from Pesh Skin Co. were both recent episodes. Think about how you're going to nourish your skin during this time. So in the morning, I've been doing a moisturizer and a vitamin C serum. In the evening, I've been doing an evening time moisturizer. It's a little bit thicker. I've been doing a retinol or vitamin A serum. I've been doing some under eye treatment. Just figure out what works for you. Make sure you're still doing little things like that in your routine that make you feel well. It's also a really good way to like wind your body down at night, and you can really romanticize this routine. So whether it's in the morning and you're sipping your matcha or your coffee while you're doing it and you're listening to a podcast, or whether it's in the evening and it's helping you wind down at night, I have some Christmas lights in my bathroom right now, so I like to only use those as dim lights to kind of set like a cozy, warm vibe. Really like romanticize that. Make it like a part of your routine that you look forward to versus just another thing you have to check off your list. Every night, I also will lay on my bed with my legs up the wall and read. Now, some nights it might be 5 pages of my book before I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted. I have to go to bed. And some nights I feel like I could lay like that for an hour. But the legs up the wall will really help your lymphatic drainage. It'll help decrease inflammation in your lower body, especially if you've been running around all day or if you've been sitting in a car, you've been on an airplane. Really going to help with your circulation. So try this if you haven't. It's also a really great way to calm your nervous system. And you could put on a yoga nidra recording if you wanted some sort of like guided meditation at night, but I really enjoy doing legs up the wall and reading. It's a nice little habit stack and it helps me just turn my brain off for my workday and wind down in the evening. So I'm doing this whether I'm at home or traveling. It's such a great part of my routine. It's something I look forward to every night. And again, if you have Christmas lights in your room, pop those on and just read with the dim lights. I've been doing that with the lit up garland in my windowsill and reading on my Kindle, and it is just the best way to end the evening. Another part of my daily wellness routine that's quick and simple, but that I'm not willing to compromise on is dry brushing before I hop into the shower. This is, again, a way I've habit stacked and I've built this routine where I always remember to do it. And now I like literally don't even think about it. It's just something I do before I get in the shower every single day is I just grab my dry brush. I do a quick like 2-minute routine of dry brushing up my legs, down my arms, and then through my center. And that is another great way to stimulate lymphatic drainage, that lymph flow. We've had several podcast guests recently talk about this, so make sure you're all caught up on the podcasts to learn a little bit more about the power of lymphatic drainage. But that is just a little tool that I can literally just bring with me in my carry-on or in my toiletry bag, no big deal, and continue doing that as I travel throughout the holiday season. Now, if you're going on a plane like me, or if you're going to be sitting in the car for a long time, compression socks are your friend. Can we like make compression socks hot? Like instead of them being branded for grandparents, like let's make them cool. Okay. So every time I'm getting on a plane now, I'm wearing compression socks, whether it's a long flight. So when I flew to Europe this summer and it was overnight, I had the tall ones that went all the way up to my knees. Or sometimes if it's a quick flight, I'll just wear the ones that go over my ankles. But this also really helps blood flow, especially when you have all the air pressure changes up in the air. But if you have a long car ride too, can also be super helpful if you're sitting in the car for hours and hours. So get yourself some compression socks this season. We're making them cool. And then one thing that I have been building into my routine since moving to New York City. And so if you're in the city, I would highly recommend this. If you're not, check around wherever you live. There might be something similar, but there's a fitness studio here called Fuse House. That's an infrared sculpt studio. And I am telling you, nothing feels better to me than getting straight off a plane, dropping my bags at home, and going straight into a Fuse House infrared sculpt class. You will get such a good sweat on. It feels so good after being in the air on a plane. And so this is something I intend to continue doing anytime I'm traveling. When I come home back to the city, is hopping into one of those classes. If you don't have a Fuse House near you, look and see if there's any other sort of heated studio or infrared studio. And if not, is there somewhere where you can hop in a sauna? If not, no worries. Get some sort of movement in after a long travel day, after getting off the plane, even if it's a 5 or 10 minute dynamic stretch in the evening. I promise you it's going to help you feel so much better. Another thing I do anytime I go home, I did this when I visited my parents at Thanksgiving, I will be doing it again when I visit at Christmas, is planning out some nourishing meals and snacks and preparing those ahead of time instead of waiting until I am hangry to figure out what I'm going to eat. Now, this doesn't have to just be a tip for the holidays or for when you're traveling. This can be literally any time, because we make better decisions when our brain is fueled, not when we are lacking nourishment. And so if you can prepare yourself when you're feeling good for what your next few meals or snacks are going to be, you're going to make better choices, and you won't feel that like hangry desperation of like, oh my gosh, give me the first thing that I could possibly shove into my mouth, which is, let's be real, normally something packaged that's maybe not going to do as much for our bodies as some whole foods would. And then just simply not overindulging in foods. Now, this might be controversial, and certainly for people with a history of eating disorders, like please work with eating disorder professionals on this. I am absolutely not here to replace that, and you need to listen to your own body. But I think there's a lot in our culture about totally overindulging around the holidays, whether it's quantities of food or just food that doesn't have great nutrient density and really isn't going to support us to feel our best. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to feel sluggish and bloated and tired when I finally have a break from work. I want to feel vibrant and energized so I can go out and do some fun things with my family and be present with them. And as someone who's struggled for so many years with IBS and with functional dyspepsia, I often just look at food as, is this 5 or 10 minutes of enjoying the flavor of this food that I know isn't going to make me feel good worth the days, for me, days of digestive distress, upset stomach, bloating, all of those things? And sometimes the answer is yes. There might be some things where I'm going to have, whatever the dessert is, or some cheese off of the charcuterie board, or I'm going to have some bourbon or some red wine. But oftentimes the answer is no. And I find when I frame it that way of like, is this worth the trade-off? It flips the perspective. So it shifts the focus of like feeling like you're depriving yourself and feeling like, oh, it's so unfair that like so-and-so can eat whatever they want and they feel great. And like, if I eat this, I'm going to feel horrible, and like pity partying yourself. It shifts that perspective to self-respect and knowing that like, no, actually, you know what? Like that XYZ food is actually like, the flavor is not worth for me feeling horrible for the next hours or even days sometime. And that can just be a way to kind of look at things for yourself. If you're somebody who, has sensitivities to food, has allergies to foods, has IBS like me, it's a good perspective shift of like, you know what? I actually don't need that because I'm going to feel a lot better, and mentally I'm going to feel a lot better if I'm not in pain and I can be more present with my loved ones and enjoy the time. And again, I know this could potentially be controversial depending on your relationship with food. And so it's also just a reminder, like, as much as I'm here giving you guys tips and wanting to help you support your body with nutrient dense foods that are going to nourish you, like, you never really know what's going on with someone. And so commenting on what they're eating is also probably not helpful and potentially harmful depending on their past and potential relationships, good or bad, with food. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox on all of this, but if you can just remember that you are worth prioritizing your health, even in a busy season, even with holidays, even with travel, even with parties, that yes, of course, enjoy those delicious Christmassy or holiday winter desserts or whatever it may be that feels like your holiday season. But you don't have to go all or nothing. If you have one cookie, you haven't completely lost your health, and it's not worth spiraling down, having the whole tray and then feeling horrible afterwards. It's all about balance. It's everything in moderation. It's continuing your routines of movement, of mindfulness, of sleep, whatever makes you feel your best, so that you can continue to feel your best throughout the holiday season and truly get the most enjoyment out of the holidays. And if you're somebody who struggles with planning out your meals, about figuring out what to have, and you do find yourself in that, oh my gosh, I'm so hangry, I'm going to eat whatever's in front of me state, I want to help you out. That's why I'm starting the Dinner Club in 2026. It is a meal planning service made just for you guys, with you in mind. I've had so many people reach out to me saying like, I'm just so tired of thinking about what's for dinner. Because guess what? It keeps coming every single night. Kind of like laundry, how it never stops. So I will be sending a newsletter to the Dinner Club every single Friday in 2026. It will have the next week's meal plan on it and a corresponding grocery list. It will include a breakfast to prep, a lunch to prep, and 4 dinners to prep, as well as some fun little extras. Might be snacks one week, treats one week, different drinks one week. And I just basically want to take the decision fatigue out of it for you and make it literally as easy as possible for you to plan ahead to nourish your bodies and your bodies of your families every single week. Just taking that decision fatigue out of it. I'm making it as easy as I can without physically coming to your space to cook the food for you, which, by the way, if I could clone myself, I absolutely would do that because I think it's such a love language to cook delicious and nourishing meals for people. But anyways, if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you sign up for the Dinner Club, either monthly or annual subscription. If you want to save, you can do that annual one. It is through Substack. So if you sign up on Substack, healthbyhaven.substack.com, you will get to be a member of the Dinner Club. You'll get these weekly newsletters and grocery lists, and it is all planned out for you, and you just don't even have to think about it. And you'll try some new fun foods, and it'll be different every week. And I'm very, very excited to share that with you guys. But I am wishing you the happiest and healthiest of holidays, whatever you celebrate. I'm thinking of you. I hope you get some time to unwind and relax for yourself. I hope you get lots of laughs and hugs with your loved ones. And I will be back here next week with another episode. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Health by Haven podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to give the show a 5-star rating and leave a review. It makes such a huge difference in reaching new people and spreading the joy of healthy living. I would also be so appreciative if you subscribe to the show in the listening app of your choice so you never miss an episode. Your support truly means the world to me. Have a happy, healthy day, and I'll talk to you again soon.